Welcome to my channel, The Backstory and More. You are at the right place if you want to know what happened before each Sunday school lesson. Knowing this information will give you a greater understanding of the lesson. The title of the lesson is Obedient to Remember, based on Exodus chapter 12, verses 1 through 14. And this is the lesson for September the 11th, 2022. Please go ahead at this moment and subscribe to my channel so that the YouTube algorithm will continue to push out my videos. Thank you so much in advance. For those of you who are new to my channel, this is the standard agenda. I will share the backstory, read the lesson text, and offer a brief summary. The backstory. Let's begin. Plague on firstborn. Israel plunders the Egyptians. Exodus chapter 11, verses 1 through 3. Now the Lord had said to Moses, I will bring one more plague on Pharaoh and on Egypt. After that, he will let you go from here. And when he does, he will drive you out completely. Tell the people that men and women alike are to ask their neighbors for articles of silver and gold. The Lord made the Egyptians favorably disposed toward the people, and Moses himself was highly regarded in Egypt by Pharaoh's officials and by the people. Distinction made between Egypt and Israel. Exodus chapter 11, verses 4 through 8. So Moses said, This is what the Lord says. About midnight, I will go throughout Egypt. Every firstborn son in Egypt will die, from the firstborn son of Pharaoh who sits on the throne to the firstborn son of the female slave who is at her handmill, and all the firstborn of the cattle as well. There will be loud wailings throughout Egypt, worse than there has ever been or ever will be again. But among the Israelites, not a dog will bark at any person or animal. Then you will know that the Lord makes a distinction between Egypt and Israel. All these officials of yours will come to me, bowing down before me and saying, Go, you and all the people who follow you. After that, I will leave. Then Moses, hot with anger, left Pharaoh. Exodus chapter 12, verses 12 through 13 reads, For I will pass through the land of Egypt on that night, and will strike all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast, and against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment. I am the Lord. Now the blood shall be a sign for you on the houses where you are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be on you to destroy you when I strike the land of Egypt. Pharaoh will not heed. Exodus chapter 11, verses 9 through 10. The Lord had said to Moses, Pharaoh will refuse to listen to you, so that my wonders may be multiplied in Egypt. Moses and Aaron performed all these wonders before Pharaoh, but the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he would not let the Israelites go out of his country. Obedient to remember. Exodus chapter 12, verses 1 through 14. Golden text. This day shall be unto you for a memorial, and ye shall keep it a feast to the Lord throughout your generations. Ye shall keep it a feast by an ordinance forever. Exodus chapter 12, verse 14. Verses 1 and 2. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Verse 3. Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th day of this month they shall take to them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house. Verse 4. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your count for the lamb. Verse 5. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. Ye shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats. Verse 6. And ye shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month. And the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. Verse 7. And they shall take of the blood and strike it on the two side posts and on the upper door post of the houses, wherein they shall eat it. Verse 8. And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire, and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it. Verse 9. Eat not of it raw, nor sodden at all with water, but roast with fire, his head with his legs, and with the purtenance thereof. Verse 10. And ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning, and that which remaineth of it until the morning ye shall burn with fire. Verse 11. And thus shall ye eat it, with your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand, and ye shall eat it in haste. It is the Lord's Passover. Verse 12. For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast, and against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment. I am the Lord. Verse 13. And the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where ye are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you, when I smite the land of Egypt. Verse 14. And this day shall be unto you for a memorial, and ye shall keep it a feast to the Lord throughout your generations. Ye shall keep it a feast by an ordinance forever. A brief summary. Since deliverance from Egypt marked the founding moment in Israel's national history, and the Passover was the most important event to mark that deliverance, God decreed that this observance should occur in the month that was to mark the first month of Israel's new year. 4 days after selecting the lambs, the Israelites must kill them. God used the blood that was smeared on the door frames of the houses with hyssop plants as the distinguishing mark regarding who should live. God did not need the blood to tell who was who, of course, but the Israelites needed to learn to follow God's instructions since they were in the process of becoming his set-apart people. Leavened bread, bread made with yeast, required time to rise, but there would not be enough time for such a process because the Israelites would have only a narrow window of time to depart after God struck Egypt with the final plague. The Israelites were not to eat the meat boiled in water, but were to roast the lambs whole, head, legs, and internal organs, the way nomadic shepherds prepared meat. They were to eat in haste, each with his cloak tucked into his belt. The lessons God was teaching the Israelites through the Passover event were relevant to future generations. The meal was to serve as a permanent fixture in the calendar of Israel, and forever afterward, the 7-day festival of unleavened bread was to be observed. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe, like, and comment. And most of all, join me soon for the next backstory.